Imagine you are standing on a beach at dawn. Across from you is your greatest rival, a man who has never lost a duel. He is screaming, taunting you, trying to break your spirit before the blades even touch. The crowd is hushed. Your life is measured in the next 3 seconds. Here is the brutal truth. As the book of Proverbs teaches, he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. The logical solution to stress is not to fight the emotion, but to dissolve the ego. Stress is not caused by the situation. It is caused by your mind's frantic attempt to protect a version of yourself that doesn't actually exist. Miyamoto Musashi was the greatest samurai in history, winning over 60 duels to the death. But his secret wasn't his speed or his strength. It was his unshakable mind. Musashi lived in a constant state of life or death pressure, yet he remained as calm as a mountain. He realized that in the moment of crisis, your greatest enemy is not the man in front of you. It is the panic inside you. Today, we are deconstructing the Musashi Method for remaining calm under pressure. We are going to look at the 4 chapters of mental mastery that allowed a lone swordsman to stay composed while the world was screaming for his blood. Chapter 1. The Dual Gaze. Musashi taught that there are 2 ways of looking at the world. Ken, the physical eye, and Kan, the eye of the spirit. Most people in a stressful situation have a narrow Ken. They fixate on the threat, the angry boss, or the failing exam. Their vision tunnels and their heart rate spikes. Musashi practiced seeing the broad view. If you look too closely at the sword, you miss the man. This is the neurological phenomenon of foveal vision versus peripheral vision. When you tunnel vision on a stressor, you trigger the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. By consciously softening your gaze and noticing the entire room, the Kan view, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. You trick your brain into believing you are safe because you are observing the whole, not just the part. Chapter 2. The No Mind of Technical Mastery. Musashi wrote about Mushin, or no mind. He believed that if you have to think about what to do in a crisis, you are already dead. Stress enters when there is a gap between the event and your ability to respond. Musashi spent decades training so that his response was automatic. Calmness is a byproduct of competence. In psychology, this is known as the flow state or automaticity. When your skills match the challenge, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that overthinks and feels stress, actually shuts down. Musashi's method is the logical solution to panic. Over-prepare in the quiet moments so that in the loud moments, your body acts before your mind has a chance to be afraid. Chapter 3. The Detachment from the Outcome. Musashi's most radical advice was to become dead to yourself. In his work, The Book of 5 Rings, he explains that fear only exists because we are attached to our lives, our reputation, or our success. The moment Musashi stepped onto the battlefield, he accepted that he was already dead. You cannot threaten a man who has already let go of what you are trying to take. This is a form of cognitive reframing. Most of our stress comes from catastrophizing, imagining the social or professional death that follows a failure. The logical solution is to embrace the worst-case scenario before you even start. If you accept the failure as a possibility, the stress loses its teeth. As Musashi said, "Do nothing which is of no use." Worrying about the outcome is the most useless thing you can do. Chapter 4. The Rhythm of the Void. The final chapter of the Musashi Method is understanding the void. Musashi observed that every situation has a rhythm, a heartbeat. Stress happens when you lose your rhythm and start reacting to the world's chaos. He taught his students to find the still point in the center of the storm. Don't meet chaos with chaos. Meet chaos with a vacuum. This is what modern psychologists call emotional regulation. Musashi remained calm because he refused to let the rhythm of the opponent dictate his own. The logical solution to a stressful situation is to slow down your breathing, lower your voice, and move with deliberation. By controlling your physical rhythm, you force the environment to adapt to you, rather than you drowning in the environment. The strategist's conclusion: Miyamoto Musashi died of natural causes at the age of 61, having never lost a single fight. He spent his final days in a cave, writing down the secrets of the mind. The Musashi Method teaches us that calmness is not a gift you are born with. It is a discipline you forge. It is the decision to see the broad view, to train until you are automatic, to let go of the ego, and to hold your own rhythm. As he wrote, "Under the sword lifted high, there is hell making you tremble. But step forward, and you will find the land of bliss." The stress is the sword. Your spirit is the land of bliss. Step forward. Tell me in the comments, what is the broad view you need to take on your biggest stressor today? I read every one. If Musashi's method rewired your perspective, consider subscribing. Let's master the spirit together. Thank you for watching.